it is Matt, and today I'm going to talk about a movie that got great reviews and has plenty of videos talking about it, and yet they all seem to miss an important part, and that it isn't a fantasy but a sad reality. The movie is The Florida Project. Now, The Florida Project is a 2017 film by director Sean Baker, who at least to me is best known for a weird TV puppet show called Greg the Bunny, which is a personal favorite of mine, and it's probably something I will most likely make a video about later. So, the movie is about children living in hotels on the outskirts of Orlando's theme parks, in a city that the locals know as Kissemmee. The kids have parents who are struggling and poor, the children are unsupervised, and do what kids do that have little guidance. The director called it a modern Little Rascals. What most reviewers miss is that Kissemmee is not Orlando, and it's not even in the same county as Orlando. It is instead a weird outgrowth in the opposite direction. It's a town of low-rent tourist shops and cheap attractions, with more affordable hotels than what you would find in the actual Orlando area. Local people who live in Orlando and its suburbs rarely go to Kissemmee. It's almost forgotten by most people who live in Orlando proper and its immediate suburbs. I probably have only been to Kissemmee 3 times in the last 5 years. During the 2008 recession, lots of people lost their jobs for various reasons. Orlando was hit especially hard, and it really killed the tourist industry. No one had money for lavish vacations anymore, and many of the hotels and the third-tier attractions closed, leaving thousands of people jobless with very little skills and even less job opportunities. It's become known that many of these people then moved into motels that were actually made for tourists. The movie does a pretty good job at encapsulating this, so I was curious and I decided to visit the location where the movie was filmed, a place called the Magic Castle. So I called up a friend, Leah, and we made an hour drive to Kissemmee. What we found was surprisingly what we expected, and yet not. The Magic Castle is currently under renovations and has lost a lot of its bright purple paint scheme, and now it's all white. The original sign is still there, and so are remnants of the original purple color on the curbs and light poles. It was closed and empty, there's nobody living there, there's no tourists staying there. What was really strange is while we were there, wandering the location, we saw a couple from Massachusetts. And for some reason, they were digging in the bushes and stealing plants. Leah and I couldn't figure out why they were doing this, as the plants that they were taking looked like large weeds. They placed them in plastic bags and put them in their car. Next door was a large CC's Pizza, which is a chain of buffets. This one was particularly nice as it didn't smell like a daycare. It also had a huge arcade which was empty and was clearly waiting for a busload of tourists. On the other side was a cheap souvenir shop shown in the movie several times. It had a huge wizard theme. The store was full of oddities, knockoff Disney products, and random Florida merchandise. If you wanted to take home a piece of random Kissemmee strangeness, this was definitely the place. At the end, we ended up in Old Town, which is about a mile down the street. And we actually had a good time there. We met some cool people, exchanged info, drank some sake, and then we called it a day. I do encourage everyone to watch The Florida Project, but when you watch it, don't watch it as a piece of entertainment, like it's some kind of fictional story. Watch it more like a fictional documentary of a real place with real problems, and somehow still holds on to a dream that seems to have come and gone.
Now, let's just have a little taste. That's the kind of crank your granny'd suck for.